Hi yogis, thanks for joining me on the mat today. Today our flow will be centered around finding peace amongst the chaos. We all have those busy seasons of our lives where we really need to take the time to slow down and recenter our mind, our body, and our souls. So today our postures will be centered around finding that inner peace, and perhaps a mantra that you'd like to consider today would be, I embrace peace and I let go of stress. And to conclude our flow today, we will be doing a breathing technique called Dirga breath. It's also known as the complete breath. It's a 3-part breath, and I will guide you through that. So let us begin. We will start in an upright seated position. You can flutter the eyes closed and place your palms on your knees to ground. Lengthen through the spine, shoulders stacked over the hips. Bring the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose here. Taking this time to arrive into our practice. Settle onto the mat. Together we'll take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. And sigh it out of the mouth. Let it go. Get rid of that stagnant energy. Come back to the normal rhythm of the breath. Softening the muscles of the face, unclenching the jaw. And noticing any sticky, stuck, tight parts of the body. On an inhale, draw the breath down into the belly. And on your exhale, can you visualize sending the breath to that sticky, stuck part of the body and softening that space? Taking a couple more rounds of breath here as we center, slow the mind down. And then from here, we'll just simply draw the chin in toward the chest. Breathing into the back of the neck. One more round of breath. And then come back to neutral. Gaze up toward the ceiling. Taking a round of breath here, breathing into the front of the neck. And return to neutral. Inhale the arms up overhead, bring the palms together. Just gather in that peaceful, calming energy that we will be using today in our practice. Draw the hands down to heart center. Inhale the arms long, parallel to the floor. Reach the fingertips towards the opposite sides of the room. On your exhale, find an eagle wrap. So wrap the left elbow under the right. Try to straighten those arms on an inhale. Lengthen through the spine. Maybe there's an arch in the low back. On your exhale, round the back. Draw the elbows in toward the navel. a couple seated cats and cows here. Let's do that again. Inhale up. And exhale down. Release. Inhale the arms long once again. And on the exhale, find the wrap. And this time the opposite elbow wraps. The right under the left. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Making these movements big and intentional. Making the space. Allowing the breath to guide the movement. Inhale as we expand. Exhale as we contract. Release. Inhale the arms up overhead. On your exhale, take your right hand down to the mat and just reach those fingertips up toward the sky and then over. Making the space in the left side body. That left hip anchors into the mat. At the bottom of the exhale, take an inhale and switch sides. The left hand onto the mat, reach the right fingertips up and over. Again, being mindful of that right hip, allowing it to weigh heavy into the mat. On your next exhale, come back to neutral. Bring the hands to heart center, inhale up. On your exhale, we'll twist to the right, left hand on the right knee, fingertips kickstand behind you. Hands come back to heart center, inhale up. Exhale, twist to the left. Come back to heart center, let's do that again, inhaling up. Exhale, twist. Gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral. From here, let's roll over the shins and we'll find ourselves into a neutral tabletop position here. So hips over the knees, shoulders over the wrists. Spine is neutral. We'll reset with a cat and cow. So drop the belly toward the earth, pull the heart through, inhale. And exhale, reverse the movement, round the back. Navel draws in toward the spine. Come back to neutral tabletop. From here, tuck the toes and push up and back for downward facing dog. Find the length through the spine. You might need to do that by putting a generous bend into the knees. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Really pressing those finger pads into your mat. Core is strong. And as we take a couple breaths here in down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, maybe consider that mantra. I embrace peace and I let go of stress. I embrace peace and let go of stress. From here, let's take a tippy toe walk to the top of the mat. So your feet will meet your hands. Inhale for a half lift, back is flat from root to crown. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come on up. Sweep the arms up overhead. Bring the palms to kiss. Hands come to heart center. Reset in mountain pose. Inhale up, maybe take a baby back bend here. Hands come to heart center. Exhale, fold in the midline. Find yourself here in forward fold. And just relax the neck, relax the head. Allow it to weigh heavy. Maybe take a moment here, putting a bend in one knee and then the other knee. Perhaps grabbing the elbows, bouncing or swaying.
And can you visualize all of the stress, all of the voices, the thoughts, the worries, the concerns in your mind right now? Can you visualize that just simply draining out from the top of your head? And just give it to the earth. Just visualize Mother Earth just taking it all for you. Just taking that burden. Even if it's just for this practice, just for this time. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And let's bring it all the way up. And bring the hands back down to heart space. From here, we'll inhale the arms up overhead. On your exhale, we'll flip the palms, bring the arms behind you and interlace the fingers. Finding the spine here, we'll open the shoulders, and on an exhale, we're gonna fold forward. So we'll send those knuckles up toward the sky. So we're in this bind and forward fold. You can always put a generous bend in the knees. Do what feels good in your body. And checking in on the breath, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. At the bottom of your next exhale, gently release that bind. Find your half lift, inhale. Exhale down, Uttanasana. Inhale all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands come down to heart center. Find your mountain pose, reset. And from here, step the foot back. We'll find warrior two, rainbow the arms open. So pressing through the outer edge of the right foot. Torso over the hips. Gazing over the front fingertips. Let's take 2 breaths here. That front knee is over the ankle. Lean forward. Inhale the left arm up, finding reverse warrior. Maybe you take a half bind, reaching for the left hip crease. On your exhale, come back to warrior two. From here, inhale the arms up. We're gonna take a humble warrior. So on your exhale, flip the palms. Find that bind once again, interlacing the fingers, rolling open the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. And on your exhale, fold it down. Sending the knuckles up. Relaxing the head and the neck. And if this is too intense for you, you don't have to take that full bind. You can always airplane the arms behind you. I embrace peace. I let go of stress. On your next inhale with a strong core, come back up, release your bind. Find your warrior two once again. And then windmill the hands down to frame out the left foot. Come to the ball of the right toes, finding runner's lunge here. And then we'll step the right foot to meet the left foot. Coming into chair pose, inhale the arms up, send the hips to the back of the mat. Beautiful. Spine is long, core is activated. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. On your next exhale, forward fold. Noticing how your body's feeling. Noticing the energy beginning to move through the body. That peaceful energy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise it up. Hands come to heart center. Reset in mountain pose. We'll find warrior two on the right side now. So step that left foot back, rainbow the arms open. Take a moment here to settle in, take up space. Right knee is over the right ankle, press to the outer edge of the left foot. 2 breaths here. Soften those shoulders. Lean forward, inhale the right arm up, find your peaceful warrior. Maintain the bend in the right foot, or the right knee. And then release, come back to warrior two. Inhale the arms up, flip the palms, find the bind again, roll open the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold it down, finding the humble warrior. The right shoulder is next to that right knee, on the inside of the knee. Soften the neck, soften the head. On the next inhale with a strong core, come back up, release your bind, find your warrior two. Beautiful. Rainbow the hands down, frame out the right foot, pivot that left foot, come to the ball of the left toes. And then step the left foot to meet the right foot, finding Utkatasana chair pose. Beautiful. Sink it down. Inhaling and exhaling through the nostrils. I embrace peace and I let go of stress. Weight is in the heels. On your exhale, forward fold. Take a moment here to pedal out the feet. Put a bend into one knee and the other knee. Inhale for your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring those hands up overhead. From here, we take a steeple bind. So we interlace all the fingers except for the pointer fingers. Arms overhead. Inhale, lengthen. Look up at the pointer fingers. And on our exhale, we will slowly and controlled find our way down into a forward fold, not releasing the gaze from the fingertips. Take your time, stay focused. Bring those pointer fingers all the way down to your mat. And release, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold it down. Find that steeple bind once again. Extend the arms long overhead. On your next inhale with a strong core, we will make contact with the fingertips. And we'll come all the way up where we started. Don't release the gaze. And once you've found your way back up to the top, exhale the arms down. Beautiful. Pedal out the feet. Inhale the arms up overhead, hands come to heart center. Flutter the eyes closed here, maybe rock back and forth. Really feeling the earth beneath you. Feeling strong, feeling stable, feeling peaceful. Checking in on the breath. Noticing the rhythm of the heartbeat. And then in time, release, find your mountain pose. Inhale the arms up overhead, fold down through the center, find your forward fold again. And from here, place your hands onto your mat, and then we'll step back, coming into downward facing dog. Spine is long, and maybe you try to send those heels down toward the mat. Noticing the stretch in the back body. And then in time, we will come down to the knees, and we'll find child's pose here. So take the knees about mat width apart, send the hips back. Your seat connects to your heels. Just extend the arms long, connect your third eye to the mat. Can you release any tension you might find yourself holding in your face right now? Can you find your way back to your inner peace? Knowing that the busy seasons come and go, but while we are in our busy season, it is essential to take a little time to slow down, to reset, to replenish, so that you have the energy to be able to carry out that busy season of life. On an inhale, lift the gaze, pressing through the right hand, just lift the left arm, and we'll thread the needle, so we'll send it through. So we'll do this thread the needle shape in child's pose. One more round of breath. And then inhale, slide that left arm back, and then we'll thread the needle with the right arm. So send the right arm through, soften the shoulder, soften the head down to the mat. One more round of breath. Begin to lift up and then bring that right hand to meet the left. From here, we'll find ourselves onto the belly. So maybe you walk the hands forward, bend the elbows, come down onto your belly here. And just take a moment, resting your forehead down on the mat. Put a bend into the knees. And just wiper the legs side to side. Feeling relaxed, feeling peaceful. Nourishing the body with this movement. And then bring the legs back down, toes are untucked. Slide the arms out to the side. So now you're on your fingertips. And inhale, find yourself in cobra. So as you inhale, the head will be the last to rise. Squeeze the glutes, press the tops of the feet into the mat. And exhale down nice and slow. The forehead will be the last to connect to the mat. And let's do that a couple more times. Elbows are towards the sky. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhaling up. And exhale down. Beautiful. Relax the arms. Slide the hands toward the chest. And then we'll push up in the table, continuing all the way back so we can find ourselves onto our seats. Swing the legs around. Find yourself in Sukhasana, easy seat, nothing fancy. We're back in that upright seated posture. So be sure that your shoulders are stacked over the hips. Spine is elongated through the crown of the head. Allow the hips to weigh heavy and anchor into the mat. And we'll begin our Dirga breath. So before we put all these three parts together, we'll go through each part of the breath. So let's place the hands on the belly. And we're simply going to inhale through the nose. And we're going to fill up the belly. So the belly will inflate like a balloon. Exhale through the nose. And then notice the belly falls, the navel draws in toward the spine. And we will try this breath a couple more times, inhaling through the nose. The belly inflates. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Feel the belly expand. And exhale. Beautiful. Now we're going to take our hands and we're going to frame out our ribs. And we're going to take the same breath, this time really focusing on the expansion of the rib cage. Inhaling through the nose. Feeling the flaring of the rib cage. And exhale. You notice that your fingertips will draw closer together on the exhale. And we'll try that a few more times. Inhale. Notice the expansion. Exhale. Feeling the contraction. 360 degrees, front, side, and back body. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll take our hands and we'll just place them about underneath our collarbone. And as we inhale, we'll feel the broadening of the chest and of the collarbone area. So inhale through the nose. And exhale. Everything contracts, the shoulders soften. We'll take that a couple more times. Inhale. Really being mindful of how your body is moving. Exhale. Throughout this breath work. And at the bottom of this last breath, release the hands, and then we will put all of these parts together. So on an inhale, you'll begin inflating the belly, and then you'll move up to the rib cage, expand the rib cage, and then you'll move up to the chest area and you'll broaden the chest area. And then when you're ready to exhale through the nose, you'll soften the chest area, relax the shoulders, take it down to the rib cage that will contract, and then down to the belly, and the belly will fall, that balloon will deflate, and the navel will draw in toward the spine.
So I'll guide you through the first round of breath, and then you will continue on your own for several rounds of breath. And then I'll let you know when you can release. So you can place your hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, hands on your belly, whatever feels good for you. Maybe your hands are on your knees. That's okay too. So you do what feels right for you. And if the eyes aren't closed already, perhaps flutter the eyes closed so you can focus on the breath and the feeling of everything expanding and everything contracting. So exhale, release all the air out, and then we'll begin inhaling. Inhale, the belly rises like a balloon, the rib cage expands, and the chest broadens. And exhale, the chest relaxes, the rib cage contracts, and the belly falls. And we'll do one more round together. Inhale. Inhale that breath all the way up to the chest and the collarbone area. Exhale, relax from the chest area down through the ribs, and the navel draws toward the spine. And continue this 3-part breath. Taking one more round of this breath. And at the bottom of your final exhale, stay here with your hands. If they're on your belly or your heart space, or you can always place them onto your knees if they're not already there. Staying here in this posture for several normal inhales and exhales, equal parts. Taking this time to integrate the Dirga breath that we just experienced. Taking note of how the physical body and the mental body are feeling right now. What state of mind are you in? Maybe come back to that mantra, I embrace peace. I let go of stress. time, you can slowly blink the eyes open. Inhale the arms up overhead. Gather in all that peaceful, calming energy we have just cultivated. Take it down through the heart center. Gently draw the chin in toward the chest. Thank you for joining me in practice today. Remember, you are always enough and never too much. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me on the mat today. I hope that you can go about your day feeling calm, feeling centered and peaceful, and not only carrying this out through today, but can you carry it out through the rest of this busy season? And come back to this practice whenever you feel like you need to ground and to center and reset. Thanks for joining me